I have over 100 hours in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, so it's pretty clear that I like the game a lot. I am still working on my full review of the game, but I did want to make a smaller video detailing things I would like to see change to improve Sonic Racing Crossworld. It is a good game, just wanted to remind y'all, I think it's very good, but there are still things that I think can be improved to make it an even better game. So let's get to it. Number 1. Ticket gain and ticket reward requirements. I think the friendship mechanic is one of the most poorly handled things in this game. Now, I don't mind spending a few tickets for characters so they can get new decals or titles or even a new skin like the AI skin. But then, after you get the AI skin and you see how many tickets you need to get the next title, it's like, what the hell is this? Why is the requirement for a title so high? And you actually do need a bunch of tickets in order to get all of the car parts, all of the horns, all of the decals, and all of the auras, which is required if you want to get the platinum trophy for this game. Even if you were an online demon, you still won't get enough tickets to get all of the stuff from the garage by just strictly playing online matches. So what is the best method to collect tickets? Grinding through Race Park again and again and again and again, because it's the best way to give you the most tickets you need. And even then, the grind is still so boring because you're just doing the same thing over and over again, because you want to lessen the time you need to take in order to get the rest of the stuff from the garage so you could get the platinum trophy. I hate it. This isn't fun. This is just padding out the game in a very annoying way. I would get burnt out from this game immediately if I was trying to platinum the trophy like this. And that's really the problem with this game's single player content. Most of it feels more like a grind, and it doesn't have the variety that games like All-Star Racing and All-Star Racing Transform had, like the mission mode or the War Tour mode. And I think what makes it so frustrating to me is that why are the auras 2,000 tickets when you'll only see them when you're in a lobby or just slightly before a race? You won't even see your car have the aura during the race, so what's the point of having them be so expensive? They really need to lower the requirement of some of these items, especially the requirements for the titles in the friendship mechanic. And since I brought up Race Park, number 2, allow us to race without crossworlds and no items. I think it is very strange that you give us this huge customization option, but you don't allow us to play a game without items or the crossworlds mechanic. And it's not like there's no way you can allow us to play 3 laps of the same track. It's possible in the time trial, so it's a feature that's already in the game, so you should be able to allow that to be an option in the Race Park mode as well as online. It's not really fully customizable if you're still going to force us to play with crossworlds and items when maybe we don't want to do that and we want to switch it up. So I really hope they change this and allow us to play 3 laps of one track as well as playing with no items. And while we're on the topic of online, number 3, allow us to play supersonic speed online. This is probably the weirdest change in the entire game. Why isn't supersonic speed available online in friend lobbies? It doesn't make any sense. It's just not available for some reason. Please allow us to play on supersonic speed online. It is the most fun speed in the game. Also, I think this might be a crazy axe, but I think they should allow supersonic speed to also be available in world matches. Now I know Sonic speed is the average for online, but I think they should be able to implement supersonic speed in world matches as well. And I think a way to do that is to lock it behind only people who are at legend rank. I think at that point, if you've reached legend rank, you are clearly very good at the game and you got a good understanding of it, so you should be able to handle it at the highest speed, but that's just me personally. Number 4, the jukebox is too limited and needs an overhaul. The jukebox was the one addition I was very excited for, and they disappointed me. I don't really have a problem with the selection of songs, I more so have a problem of how they implement the jukebox. You can only apply the albums on each different lap, but you can't choose what tracks you want to play it on, and you can't choose individual songs that you want to play on those individual tracks on those individual laps. I hope I made that as concise as I can, but what I'm trying to say is we should have more freedom to choose what songs we want to play on these individual tracks and on these individual laps. Like, say I want to put It Doesn't Matter on lap 1 of Sand Road, and then we go to a Crossworld, and then when we get to lap 3, I want Speed Highway to play. I can't do that with the current way that the jukebox has been implemented, and I think that should be changed. Number 5, item nerfs. Oh man, I know the items in this game are very polarizing, but there are 2 items in particular that I think should be nerfed. Firstly, the boxing glove. It is one of the most common items in the game, and you'll usually get it front running. The problem with the boxing glove is that this is supposed to be the green shell equivalent for this game, but this green boxing glove is able to lock on like it's a red shell. We already have the red missile that is our red shell stand-in to track other opponents. Why is the green boxing glove allowed to do that? Just remove the lock-on system from the green boxing glove. And then there's the slime, which I think is the most overtuned item in this game. I mean, it does everything. Does it slow you down? Yup. Does it take away your items? Yup. Does it hit everyone, including racers that are behind you? Yup. Does it blind your screen? Yup, it can do just about anything. I have been complaining about this same item since the closed beta test, and it is still the same. And you know what? If they are so dead set on keeping the slime very strong, if there's one thing I can beg for them to remove, it's to remove the fact that the slime can hit racers behind you. And I know it's supposed to be this game's equivalent to the Thunderbolt in Mario Kart, but this isn't an item that you get when you're all the way in the back in 12th place. No, you could get a slime when you're in like 7th or 8th place, and I think that is ridiculous. And then there's the bagging issue. For those who don't know, bagging is a strategy where you stay in the back so you can get strong items to help you win the race. And it is very potent in this game, especially when you have things like inventory plus and inventory swap. So what can they do to mitigate the bagging? Do they increase the rarity of ultimate items, or do they just try and hard stop people who are waiting in the back for strong items? It's complicated because you don't want to run into the issue where you're in the back and you actually need strong items to help you catch up, and then the rarity just screws you over and doesn't give you the items you need. There's nerfing the items like the laser wisp and the drill wisp. Maybe you can stop them from taking shortcuts. That could probably be a good nerf to both of them. The bagging issue is a little more complicated to approach. They can try and see what they can do to mitigate the bagging, but it's going to be a tough task at the end of the day. Number 6, we need more unique skins for the base roster characters. I know we have the AI racer skins and people do use those skins, but for me personally, I don't think they're very interesting. The only character so far that has a unique alternate costume is Sage with her corrupted skin. And then later, when we get Pac-Man and the 4 ghosts, all of the ghosts are going to be available as skins, so we can actually choose between which of the 4 ghosts we want to be. Surely the other characters could have gotten their Sonic Riders alternate costumes, right? That would have made the most sense since you brought Extreme Gears back, so why aren't they there? I think this is one of those games that would really benefit from having a lot of cool alternate skins for the characters. So I hope for future updates they consider giving more characters unique alternate skins. Number 7. Please give the DLC characters voices. I know it's been said a million times at this point, but I think it's very disappointing that the other DLC characters won't be having voices. And I know they gave their explanation about not wanting to ask more out of the other publishers, but for your own characters, you couldn't get voices for them. I can understand the Paramount characters being a little too expensive. I get that, but Joker and Ichiban, you own those characters. You telling me you can't reuse voice lines for them? You were able to do that before in the first 2 Sonic and SEGA All-Stars racing game, so what's the issue here? I guess we'll never really know, but I hope in the future that they change their mind and we are able to get voices for these DLC characters. Number 8. Online fixes. Now I know that may sound a little too general, but I do have 2 specific things that I would like for them to change about the online. One thing being, during a race, if someone disconnects, it should not disconnect the entire lobby. I think it's so crazy that one person can decide to rage quit out the game and then the entire race ends and then people miss out on points. Like, I think that is complete BS. Just turn them into a bot. Don't punish everyone else for what someone else did. Doesn't make any sense. The other one is SEGA. When I block someone from online matches, I don't want to see them reappear again. Like, I don't want to be racing with Lolly Master over here. Like, I blocked them, so why are they appearing again when I'm playing with a friend? I guess it's because the friend hasn't banned them, but like, come on. Even though I banned them, I don't think I should be able to still run into them in lobbies. So I hope they fix that as well. I totally almost forgot that there's one more thing that I would like to see changed from the online. Let us be able to leave a lobby before the matchmaking starts. Like, when I'm on the matchmaking screen and I'm holding back, sometimes it would still force me into a lobby to play a race. And then now I'm at the menu where I have to choose a course and I can't go back to leave the menu unless I close the game. That needs to be changed. Like, let me leave the game before the matchmaking actually starts. Number 9. Festivals need an overhaul. So, the festivals. I am very mixed on these. I like the festivals in concept, but in execution, I don't think it's handled pretty well. I know they don't allow for world matches to be played because they don't want to separate the player base from players playing in the festival and players playing it on ranked. They want to be sure everyone is playing together so that the player base is not split. But I don't think you should take away from people who want to play individual matches by forcing them to constantly be playing in team matches. There is a compromise to this. You can allow players to play in individual matches instead of just forcing them to do team-based races. You are already using the race park options, so add individual matches as part of the rotation. And you could also make the individual matches work towards the battle pass so people can still get the rewards without having to completely depend on their teammates to also do good. So if you are going to keep world matches locked, at least allow for individual matches to be part of the rotation during the festivals. Number 10, rank resets. The people who have reached 9999 already in the top rankings, they can't get any further. They can certainly go down the rank, but they can't go up any further. I wish there was a rank reset for every season that we have for Sonic Racing Crossworlds so that everyone can go back to racing to be at the top. You know, to mix up who's going to be number 1. I think that would be fun and that would inspire the people who already reached the top rank to fight back for those top ranks, you know? And those are all the things I think will help Sonic Racing Crossworld improve as a game. If you have your own opinions on what Sonic Racing Crossworlds can have to improve, make sure you leave a comment down below on what you think. And if you like the video, please leave a like and share it with others. And if you're interested in seeing more of my content, you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification on my next upload. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.